The Confederate flag. The Confederate flag is one of the most controversial flags in American history. It comes from the time of the American Civil War in the 1860s, when the Southern states wanted to leave the United States because they wanted to keep slavery legal. That's a big reason the war started. The Southern states formed a group called the Confederacy, and this flag became their battle flag. After the war, the Confederacy lost, but the flag didn't disappear. In the 1900s, groups like the Ku Klux Klan used it to promote racism and fear. Later, in the 1950s and 60s, it showed up again during protests against civil rights. To many people, the flag became a symbol of racism, slavery, and hate, but not everyone sees it that way. Some people say the Confederate flag stands for Southern pride or heritage. They say it reminds them of their ancestors or a certain lifestyle in the South. However, that argument doesn't erase the flag's connection to slavery or racism. Things reached a breaking point in 2015 when a white supremacist killed 9 black churchgoers in South Carolina. He had posed with the Confederate flag in photos. After that, the flag was removed from many public places. Stores stopped selling it. Sports like NASCAR banned it. Still, the flag is sold privately and used by some people at protests or rallies. To put it simply, the Confederate flag means very different things to different people. But no matter how you look at it, the truth is that it comes from a painful part of American history. That's why it causes so much debate and why it's still a hot topic today. The Nazi flag. The Nazi flag is one of the most feared and hated symbols in the world. It's red with a white circle and a black swastika in the middle. The Nazi Party, led by Adolf Hitler, used this flag in Germany during the 1930s and 40s. Before that, the swastika actually had a very different meaning. In Hinduism, Buddhism, and other cultures, the swastika was a symbol of peace and good luck. But when the Nazis took it, they gave it a new meaning: racism, violence, and war. Under this flag, millions of people were killed, especially Jewish people, during the Holocaust in World War II. After the war, Germany banned the flag. You can't display it in public unless it's for education or history. But that doesn't mean it disappeared. Neo-Nazi groups still use it secretly. Sometimes it even shows up online or at hate rallies. In some countries, showing this flag can get you arrested. In others, like the US, it's not illegal, but it's heavily frowned upon. Many people feel scared or angry just seeing it. Today, this flag is not just a piece of cloth. It's a reminder of one of the darkest times in human history. That's why it's so controversial and why most people never want to see it again. The Rising Sun Flag. At first glance, the Rising Sun flag looks bright and powerful. It has a red circle in the middle with rays of red stretching out across a white background. Some people in Japan see it as a proud symbol of their country's past. But for many others, especially in Asia, it brings back terrible memories. During World War II, Japan used this flag while invading countries like Korea, China, and the Philippines. Soldiers carried it into battle. It flew over places where people were tortured, starved, and forced into hard labor. That's why in many parts of Asia, people see it as a symbol of war crimes and cruelty. Today, Japan still uses a version of this flag for its navy. They say it's part of tradition, but when this flag appears at sports events or in products, it often causes anger and protest, especially from countries that were hurt by Japan during the war. Some companies have even gotten into trouble for using the flag in ads or video games. People argue, is it just a design or a painful reminder? The truth is, a flag isn't just how it looks. It's what it represents to people. And for millions, the Rising Sun flag doesn't shine with pride. It casts a shadow of the past. The Flag of Israel. The flag of Israel looks simple: 2 blue stripes and a Star of David in the middle. For Jewish people around the world, it represents safety, faith, and the idea of a homeland, especially after the horrors of the Holocaust. But not everyone sees it that way. When Israel was created in 1948, many Palestinian people were forced to leave their homes. Wars followed, and the region has been in conflict ever since. For Palestinians and their supporters, the flag doesn't mean freedom. It means land was taken, families were separated, and a struggle that still continues today. Inside Israel, the flag brings people together, but outside, especially in Arab countries or at protests, it can cause a strong reaction. Some people see it as a symbol of oppression or occupation, while others see it as a sign of survival and strength. Even within Israel, opinions vary. Some groups wave the flag proudly, others protest with it upside down, showing that they disagree with the government. So while this flag may look peaceful, it carries deep meaning and pain depending on who you ask. It's more than just stripes and a star. It's a sign of one of the world's most complex and emotional conflicts, the pride flag. Imagine San Francisco in the late 1970s. The city buzzes with music, bright clothes, and a rising push for equal rights. In this energy, a man named Gilbert Baker is asked to design a new symbol for gay and lesbian pride. He dyes strips of cotton by hand, stitches them together, and on June 25, 1978, the first rainbow flag waves over the city's Pride March. Each color has a meaning: red for life, orange for healing, yellow for sunlight, green for nature, blue for harmony, and violet for spirit. It looks cheerful and welcoming, and that is the point. At a time when many people still feared or hated LGBTQ+ folks, the flag says, "We are here, and we celebrate who we are." The rainbow quickly spreads beyond California. Activists carry it to New York, London, and Sydney. In the 1980s, as AIDS tears through the community, the flag becomes a sign of hope in the middle of fear. By the 1990s, you see it in parades, on store windows, and later all across the internet. But the rainbow's bright stripes don't shine everywhere. In Russia, a law against so-called gay propaganda means showing the flag can lead to fines. In Uganda, police confiscate rainbow banners and arrest organizers. Even in the United States, some people burn or tear down rainbow flags, calling them offensive. Companies add the flag to ads each June, which brings up a new debate. Are they true allies or just chasing profit? Inside the LGBTQ+ community, new designs appear: black and brown stripes to honor people of color, and pink, blue, and white chevrons for trans and non-binary folks. Some cheer the update, others worry the original design will be lost. Through praise and backlash, the rainbow flag keeps flying because it offers something powerful: visibility. A simple pattern of 6 colors can't solve every problem, but it opens a door to conversation. And sometimes that's how change starts. The Soviet Union flag. Picture a cold night in 1917 St. Petersburg. Factory workers and farmers flood the streets, chanting for bread, land, and peace. Soon, a new red banner rises above the crowds. A yellow hammer crosses a yellow sickle, topped by a star. The hammer stands for workers, the sickle for peasants, and the star for a hoped-for bright future. This is the flag of the Soviet Union, and for some people, it promises equality and free education. For others, it foreshadows decades of strict rule and fear. During World War II, Soviet soldiers carry this flag while fighting Nazi Germany. After victory, the banner flies over Eastern Europe. In many places, life under the red flag means state housing, cheap bread, and also secret police, banned books, and long lines for food. Some families remember free school and summer camps. Others recall cold prisons and forced labor. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapses, and the flag is lowered for the last time in Moscow. But it never truly goes away. In Moscow's Victory Day parade each year, soldiers still carry it to honor wartime heroes. In parts of Eastern Europe, showing the hammer and sickle is now illegal. In others, it's sold on t-shirts to tourists looking for a retro look. Online, left-wing groups use it as a symbol of worker power, while survivors of Stalin's camps beg the world to remember the terror they faced. So, is the hammer and sickle a promise or a warning? The answer depends on who's telling the story. For an elderly woman who got free schooling and a university degree, it might mean opportunity. For the grandson of a man sent to Siberia, it might mean loss and pain. Both stories are real, stitched into that red cloth forever. The Union Jack. Walk down a London street during a royal celebration, and you'll see red, white, and blue everywhere. The Union Jack combines the crosses of England, Scotland, and Ireland, telling a tale of three nations joined under one crown. It flutters above Buckingham Palace, waves at pop concerts, and decorates mugs in souvenir shops. Many Britons see it as a mark of shared history, and yes, tea and football chants. But travel to Belfast in Northern Ireland, and the same flag sparks tension. In Protestant neighborhoods, it hangs from lampposts as a sign of loyalty to the United Kingdom. A few blocks away, Catholic areas avoid it and fly the Irish tricolor instead, recalling a long struggle for independence. Sail farther away to India, Kenya, or Jamaica, places once ruled by Britain, and you'll meet people who connect the Union Jack with colonization, lost language, and forced labor. Pop culture adds more twists. In the 1990s, the Spice Girls' Jerry Halliwell wears a Union Jack dress, turning the flag into a symbol of fun, cool Britannia. At the same time, far-right groups march under it, shouting anti-immigrant slogans. Then, in 2014, Scotland votes on whether to leave the UK. For a moment, the whole world wonders if the Union Jack itself might need a redesign. Brexit raises new questions. Supporters wave the flag while calling for British independence from the European Union. Critics say the flag now stands for isolation, not freedom. Meanwhile, artists paint it onto sneakers and street murals, proving that no single viewpoint can lock down its meaning. The Union Jack is a layered story. For some, it means home. For others, it means empire. Like any flag, it gathers every triumph and mistake of the people who carry it. That's why a single piece of fabric can spark both pride and protest, all in the same city on the same day. The Islamic State. A dusty pickup speeds through a Syrian town. A solid black flag whips in the wind, white Arabic script across the top, and a white circle below. The words are Islam's basic creed, the Shahada, which millions of Muslims say in prayer every day. Yet this flag belongs to ISIS, a violent extremist group that twists religion into terror. They post videos of beheadings, destroy ancient temples, and claim they are building a new caliphate. In truth, their rule means fear, slavery, and death. Because the Shahada itself is sacred, many Muslims feel angry that ISIS stole such holy words. Governments also face a puzzle. How do you ban a design that contains a core phrase of Islam without seeming to ban the faith itself? Some countries make it illegal to show the exact ISIS layout, black background, white script, and white circle, while still allowing the Shahada in normal prayer settings. Even after coalition forces push ISIS out of most territory by 2019, the flag lingers online. Small terror cells in Africa and Asia adopt it, hoping to appear larger and more powerful. On social media, the black flag pops up in profile pictures, acting like a dark badge of membership. Platforms rush to delete these accounts, but new ones appear in minutes. For everyday Muslims, the flag adds a heavy burden. A child might draw Arabic letters in school and get questioned. A shopkeeper in Europe might hang a simple black banner for mourning, only to face suspicion. The damage runs deeper than politics. It hurts personal faith and identity. In museums years from now, the black flag of ISIS may sit under glass, next to other symbols of hate that the world has moved past. But for now, it is a warning about how words of peace can be weaponized, and how a design can travel faster than armies. It proves that a flag's power lies not in cloth or ink, but in the fear or hope it plants in human minds.